Hey guys, Wayne here. Today I'm going to be making some chicken and dumplings. Now this is something that has been a family favorite of mine for years, since I was a kid. I always looked forward to Grandma's chicken and dumplings. Now this is not going to be the way that she typically does it, but this is the way that I do it, and I find that this way tastes good. Probably not as good as hers, but it still tastes good nonetheless. So what I wanted to do is take you guys along with me. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is boil this chicken, and normally I do it in a pressure cooker, but my pressure cooker lost its plug for some reason, so I'm going to boil it. Now there's really not much prep to do to a chicken before you boil it, but I always do salt it, and the reason I do that is I like to salt it before it goes in the water. And yes, the water is going to wash some of the salt off, but that's okay because it'll dissolve in the water and you'll still get flavor. Some people say, well, you should just salt the water. Well, I like to do it this way. I don't know which is the right way or the wrong way, but this is the way I like to do it. And it always turns out okay. And yes, it's going to look like a lot of salt, but that's okay because, like I said, it's going to go into the boiling water. And this is a home butchered chicken, which is going to make it taste fantastic. Okay, now that's all I'm going to do for that. Now what we're going to do is get this into a pot of boiling water. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we've got our water boiling. Now we need to get our chicken into the water. Ever so gently. If I can get him flipped over. There you go. Okay. Chicken's in. Now, there's one other thing that I do that is different from whatever I've seen on YouTube and all that stuff. I sprinkle the water with Mrs. Dash. I love the taste of the chicken when it comes out. If I just make regular boiled chicken, I always put Mrs. Dash in here. So this is something that my mom did growing up, so that's what I want to do with this too. It really doesn't have a measurement. You just take it and sprinkle the water with it. This is optional, of course, but I say give it a try. Okay, now what we're going to do is let that come back to a boil. Once it comes back to a boil, we are going to cook it for I'm going to say 30 minutes to 45 minutes to maybe even an hour, depending on the size of your chicken. So I'm going to check it first at 30. If it's not done, we'll go and check it every 15 minutes after that. So let's do that, and then we'll go on to the next part. Don't forget to cover it. Okay, I think the chicken is done. It has been about 45 minutes or so. Look here. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah. Yeah. What we're going to do now is we are going to move this over to a separate bowl and let it cool, and then we'll get started on the dumplings. Okay, so for the dumplings, what I normally do is 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 3/4 of a cup of the chicken broth. What we're going to do there is just kind of stir it up and bring it into a loose forming dough, and then after that we'll roll it out and take the rolling pin to it. Okay, so I've got my loosely formed dough. I've also got some flour rolled out here on the table because this dough is sticky. So what we want to do is just start rolling. Got a little extra flour I'm going to coat my rolling pin with. So we just get it started, get it rolling out. And once we get this rolled out, we will cut the dumplings. Okay, we've got this rolled out pretty good. What I want to do now is just cut it. And there is no uniform cut. There is no special way you have to do it. Basically, you just want them in dumpling size. So I just go down the middle. And I take my pizza cutter. And I just start cutting. Okay, so now that these have been cut, what we want to do now is bring our broth back to a boil and then dump these in a few at a time, making sure they don't stick together. Okay, so our broth is boiling. I'm going to dump the dumplings in one at a time. Now what will more than likely happen is it will cool down enough to where it won't be boiling anymore. So what I do is put a batch in at a time. And usually about 10 or 12, 15, something like that, 20. Just a little bit of a batch. Then I'll let the broth come back to a boil, and then I will do it again. Okay, all of the dumplings are in. Now all they have to do is cook. So what I normally do is give them a good stir, cover, and I usually turn the heat down. You want enough to maintain it, but you don't need that rolling boil. So, now of course you can do this any way that you want, but this is just the way that I do it. So while those are cooking, now would be a good time to get the chicken off the bone and into a separate bowl. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, the dumplings are done, nice and cooked through. Now we will take our chicken and just add it right to it. Give it a good stir. And then what we will do is get it into a bowl and do the old taste test. Okay guys, well there you have it, a nice bowl of chicken and dumplings. Now about the only thing to do is give it the old taste test, which I am about to do right now. There's nothing like a good old bowl of chicken and dumplings. Yeah, it's going to be a good night. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.